In this tutorial we will create a subassembly of the Stirling engine. I will open my Stirling engine and we will create a subassembly of the crankcase, the cylinder, the piston and some other parts. So I will come over to the scene browser, I will select the crankcase, shift select the cylinder, then I come up here to the assembly tab and I will assemble them. Now we have an assembly here, a sub-assembly at the bottom, so I will grab that assembly, drag it to place it here above the bracket, like so, and I will select it and we'll go to the properties and property browser, and I will change the name to engine, hit enter, I copy the name, I paste it here, and the part number will be 200, like so. And you will see the changes of the name if you click the background, like so. Well, we need some more parts in this subassembly. Right now we have only the crankcase and the cylinder. We also need this piston. I control click that piston. We have the displacer piston here. I will grab that displacer piston, drag it, and hover the cursor over the engine, the name. You will see that there is a plus sign at the cursor. When you see that plus sign, you can drop the displacer piston. Now it will be placed inside that subassembly. And we also need a rod bushing. Grab the rod bushing, do the same. We see the plus sign and we'll drop it there inside the sub-assembly. And also I will see the cover, like so, and also the displacer here. Drag that one to the engine subassembly, and also the glass piston, like so. And now we should have 3, 6 and 7 parts in the subassembly. And we also have to put the screws and the washers inside the subassembly. So I will select them here in the scene. I click once to select the whole Stirling engine, and next time I click on the screw I will click the subassembly of the screw and the washer. We see it's selected here. Then I will shift select the others, click that one and this one. I continue to press and hold the shift key to select these sub-assemblies, like so. And now we have 8 bolt assemblies selected. Then I'll right click this selection and I will assemble them, and we have the new assembly down here, the sub-assembly. I will grab that assembly, drag it, and I will drop it here in the engine sub-assembly. And we see now that we have this assembly here. Now when it is placed here in the sub-assembly, I will select the bolt assemblies and right click to disassemble them, like so. Now we have all parts inside the engine assembly, like so. Then I will select the sub-assembly, come up here to save as part assembly. I will click that button and I will save it here, and it will have the name engine. Let's click save. So now it's saved. You see here the path to the hard drive, my path. Then I will save the Stirling engine. First I will go back to my starting point and I will a starting view of each scene, and then I will save and I will close the scene. Then I will start a new drawing and I will choose A3, like so, and then I come up here to select a view, but I have to browse to find my engine. I double click the engine file. we see here the engine in the preview window. I will rotate the engine so that we see the engine from this side. I will click this button once so that we see the engine from above, and that will be our front view. And I will also let IronCAD to choose the scale, so auto scale will be selected, and then I click OK. I will place my view here, come closer, zoom in a bit. We see that we have some information, and we don't need this information right now, so I will select it and click hide, like so. And we have to do it one by one because we cannot select several dimensions and then hide them. We have to do it one by one. So we have to do like this, and that one too, and this one, and that one, hide, and select that one too and hide, like so. And then I will select the view and right click and choose properties, and I will set the view quality to precise so that we will have smooth circles and curves. Then we will create a section view. We come up here to the view tab and we select section. Use a horizontal section line, and we try to find the midpoint of this edge. You see the snap point. We click there and I move that a bit. Then we click OK, and we will place the section view on this side. Then we will add a bill of materials. So we click Annotation tab, come over here to select Bill of Materials, and we choose Assembly Bottom Up. Use configuration, we will use default, and yeah, we click OK. Then we will place the bill of materials here, but grab the node and snap to the intersection here. Then we will add some item bubbles. Click Item Bubbles, select the piston rod, and also the bushing here, and the crankcase, and the cylinder. Well, there is something wrong because both the cylinder and the crankcase has number 1. Well, we will see what's the problem. I will continue to add item bubbles first, so we'll select the glass piston and also the displacer. Come down here, we select the cover and a washer. We see that when the edge is highlighted in green, we can click the washer. We know that we select the washer. We do the same with the screw. We see the edge is highlighted in green, then we can click and we choose the screw, like so. Let's see now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but we have 2 parts that have 1. Well, I will click OK here, and we will see what the problem is. I will select that view, and I will right click to edit scene, and we'll see. I will control select, because this is an assembly. I will control select to select the cylinder immediately. I will click the property browser. We see that the part number is 102. I'll control select the crankcase, and they have the same number. Well, I will change the crankcase to 101, and I will save the file and close it, and then if we update this one, select the bill of materials, update, we'll see that now we have the crankcase and cylinder, but now they are placed at the top of the bill of materials, but I want them at the bottom. Well, the easiest way to change the order of the parts is to select the bill of materials and delete it. And then we select another one, assembly bottom up, and we choose configuration default, click OK, and we grab the node and we snap it to the intersection here, and now it is in the right order. Then we will update this view, so I will select the view, right click, update view, and now we see that crankcase is number 1 and the cylinder is number 2. Okay. There is another thing we can do with this view. If we select the view, we come over to the property browser, we see that we have actions. We can click this one, shaded rendering. If we click this button, the section view will be rendered, and that can be nice if you want to print a nice presentation of the drawing. But if you have a rendered view, it will affect the graphics, so it will slow down the graphics. So when you're working with the drawing, it's better not to use the shaded rendering. But if you want to print out, you can turn on the shaded rendering setting, and then you can have a nice print of the drawing. But that works only if you have set the view quality to draft. If we select that view and right click, properties, and we choose precise, then we see that the shaded rendering is not available. So, but if we go back and go set to draft and click OK, now it's available. We can click the button and we have a shaded rendering. Then go back, properties and precise, and the shaded rendering disappear. Like so. Well, now we have created our subassembly drawing. I will select the text box, right click, go to properties, and we'll change the name to description, like so, and the same with the document number, part property, and part number. And then I will click fit sheet, and I will save the drawing as Engine. I have done this before, so I will just save, replace my file, like so. And then I will close the file, and we have done our first subassembly drawing.